Okay, so let's talk about marketing in detail today. How many people are actually marketing in their real estate businesses right now? Just by a show of comments. By a show of comments, how many people are actually marketing? Just say yes. Just put a Y for yes or an N for no. Y for yes, N for no. How many people are actually marketing? Antonio is, I know you are. How many people are actually marketing right now? Just by a show of comments. So we have DeAndre says yes. About to put out signs right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's TM Constructive 1. JT buys houses. Welcome to the training. Welcome to the training. TFAB says yes. So you understand the importance. So a lot of people on here are actually marketing. Now let me ask you guys a question. You are marketing, okay? How many people are marketing consistently? How many people are actually marketing consistently? Okay, because we're going to address all of this on today's training. How many people are marketing consistently? Just by a show of comments, how many people are marketing consistently? Yes or no? No. Antonio, yes, I know you are. How many people are doing this consistently? Yes, daily. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. How many other people are marketing? So we've had several people comment and say that they are marketing, but I don't see too many people saying they're doing it consistently. Now, if you're doing it consistently, are you following up with your initial leads on a monthly basis? And how many times are you actually following up? That's a rhetorical question, the how many times, but I want to know how many people are actually following up with the original leads on a monthly basis. How many people are actually following up on a monthly basis? Okay, now while you guys are typing, I have a small joke. TFAB says yes, awesome. You really understand where we're going here, and I'm going to address a couple of things. While you guys are typing, haven't been lately, okay? Haven't been lately. I appreciate your honesty, TM Constructive. So small joke, guys. Waiting on new leads, okay? So you're just getting, well, Sandra, I know you're marketing consistently. You're marketing consistently because you're one of my students. I know you are. Really quick, this is called a pattern interrupt. A pattern interrupt. I'm just gonna throw a quick joke in here right now, okay? So my daughter, she likes to come up with these small jokes, and every day she comes up with a whole new joke. So I'm going to give you guys one of her jokes before we continue, okay? So the joke is this. What did the left eye say to the right eye? Does anybody know? What did the left eye say to the right eye? It said, between you and I, something smells. Small joke. That's from my 7-year-old daughter. Between you and I, something smells. But listen, so let's talk about marketing, guys. So some of the pros and cons of marketing, let's talk about it. Number one, it takes a lot of money. If you're just getting started out, number one, you should set a marketing budget for yourself. And we'll talk about how to do that in just a moment. But understand this, guys. For those of you who are jumping into marketing and you're expecting, if you're expecting, I appreciate that. But for those of you who are jumping into marketing right now, okay, you want to start driving leads. Driving leads into your business is the absolute number one thing that you need to do in order to scale your business or to drive consistent business on a monthly basis, right? You want a consistent paycheck. If you want a consistent paycheck, then you need to be consistent in your marketing, okay? So I want you guys to understand something. For those of you who are brand new, never sent out a mailer before in your life, and you have very little money to play with, I want you to understand that you have to set a marketing budget, okay? Let's talk about marketing budget. So if you have a job, you have some type of disposable income, okay? Most people will spend money on things that they feel they need, but it's not really going to help them in the long run, especially when you're building a business. So what I want you guys to do, for those of you that are brand new right now, I'm going to give you a strategy in just a moment that will allow you to drive some leads. So you won't have to pay for the leads, but you're going to have to find a way to contact those owners. Okay, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. For those of you who are actively marketing, or you have some money put to the side to build your real estate business, this is what I want you guys to pay very close attention to this. By a show of hearts and by a show of likes, just let me know how you're liking the information as I go forward, okay? Number one, it takes a lot of money if you want to be successful in real estate. If you want to be effective in your direct mail, you're going to have to spend a lot of money, okay? That's number one, okay? And for those of you who are marketing right now, you can agree with me or you can disagree. That's fine. Okay. Another thing I want you to keep in mind when it comes to direct mail is it's going to take you hundreds. It's going to really take you thousands of mailers on a monthly basis to be effective. Here's what I mean by that. You have investor A who's sending out hundreds of mailers a month, and then you have investor B who's sending out thousands. Who's going to be more effective out of the two? Obviously, investor B will be more effective. It's because of the volume that investor B is sending out, okay? If you're sending out, so here's the moral of that story. If you're sending out hundreds of mailers on a monthly basis, you can get deals. I'm not saying that you can't get deals. But what's going to happen is it's going to take you a lot longer to get that deal. And most people don't stick in the business long enough. They don't send out enough, even on a smaller level, to be able to reap the benefits of getting that deal. So they fall short time-wise because they think it's too hard to market. You understand? So you're sending out hundreds of mailers. It's going to take you a lot longer when you're only spending $200 a month on marketing. I have to make sacrifices to do direct mail marketing with money I don't have sometimes. That's the key. You really have, it's called sacrifice. Because what you're doing, I commend you for that. I really do commend you. Because at the end of the day, and this is someone, I'm talking to just so you guys know, I'm talking to Facebook Live and I'm talking to Periscope. So I'm reading both of your comments. Okay? But I commend you for that because most people won't sacrifice. That's the key word. Sacrifice. If you can sacrifice just for a short period of time, a very short period of time, we're talking 6, maybe 8 months, just sacrifice. Okay? Put it out there. Put it all on the line. Give it up 200%. If you're willing to do that, it will pay off in the long run. I guarantee, I'm telling you. I've been there. I've done it. I started off with $250 to my name. Okay? So you have to sacrifice. That's the key word. This individual said, and I didn't see who it was. I'd like to mention you by name, but this person on Periscope said that sometimes they have to sacrifice money they don't have in order to keep their marketing going. Just telling you the truth. Exactly. That's DeAndre. Just telling the truth. Exactly. Money you don't have. So this person, I'm telling you, if you look back a year from now, if you look forward a year from now, DeAndre is going to be in a completely different position than a lot of people who are not willing to make that sacrifice. Because DeAndre is making that sacrifice for DeAndre's business. You understand? So DeAndre is building on something, adding something to the business every single day. DeAndre is not going to give up. He just said, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. There are other individuals who won't add something to their business every day. They're not willing to make that sacrifice. And a year from now, they're going to look back and wish that they did. They're going to wish that they've made some changes. Or they're going to think, they're going to ask themselves, why am I not making the kind of money that I should be making? It's because of that initial sacrifice. That's really what you need. So does it take a lot of money to invest in your marketing? It absolutely does. But what's a lot of money? What is a lot of money? Let's think about this for a second, guys. You're not going to get this type of interaction anywhere else. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm an active real estate investor, buy houses all the time, and I'm here to tell you the truth about what the business is all about, okay? You're going to get the good, bad, and ugly, so to speak, okay? Here's the deal, guys. So you need to send out. Exactly, you can't give up. You got to keep fighting for your future, and it's going to happen. So we're going to correct some things that, are you getting deals with your marketing right now? We're going to correct some things. We're going to talk about some things that's going to help you get some deals, okay? So here's the deal. You need to understand that it's not going to take hundreds of mailers. If you're sending out hundreds of mailers on a monthly basis, it's going to take you a lot longer. So think about this. If you're spending $300 a month, it's going to take you that much longer to get that deal. If you really want to be effective, I'm going to give you a number that you need to start with in order to really take your business and get deals, see results. You're going to need to send out at least 2,000 pieces of mail every single month. 2,000 minimum. That's what full-time real estate investors do. Send out 2,000 pieces of mail minimum every single month. And that's just the bottom of the barrel. Okay? So will it cost you maybe $3,000 to get it done? It absolutely will. But will you spend $3,000 to make 30 grand? You absolutely will. Even if you got 3 deals out of the $2,000 spent, your chances of actually getting the deal will drastically increase once you start sending out at least 2,000 pieces of mail each and every single month. Now, let's just say your average deal is $5,000, which is bottom of the barrel when it comes to wholesaling. Okay, we're just talking about wholesaling. Bottom of the barrel, wholesale deal, $5,000. How many wholesale deals do you really need to cover that $2,000 ad spend? You only need 1. But let's just say on average, you do 3 out of the $2,000. You're at $15,000 per month for spending $2,000. Do the math, guys. Will you spend $2,000 to market, or do you spend $2,000 on a brand new living room set like most people would do with their tax dollars, which is a whole nother call, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to take it there today. All right, so most people would take that extra money, okay, from their taxes or wherever, this type of income they have, and they're going to go buy unnecessary things, okay? If you can just sacrifice a little bit of that money and put it towards your marketing, okay, let's say send out 2,000, even if you can't send out 2,000 mailers, okay, send out 1,000. It's always going to be better to send out more than less. If you're starting off at $300, I'm not saying you can't get a deal. It's just going to take you longer. It's going to be very difficult for you to get that deal. Some people just don't have the money. I totally understand that. And I'm going to give you a strategy in just a moment that's going to help you with that, okay? So, yes, it's going to take you need to be sending out thousands of pieces of mail, okay? And if you don't have the means to do that, then you got to understand that there's 2 things that you're going to sacrifice. One of 2 things you're going to sacrifice in this business. Does anybody know the answer to this? There's one of 2 things you're going to sacrifice in order to grow your business, in order to be consistent with your deals. One of 2 things. What's the 2 things? Who wants to give me one of them? Who wants to give me one of them? Your time. DeAndre, you got one of them. Now, what else? What's the other one? You got time, and what else do you have? Time and money. Antonio hit the nail on the head. So you're going to sacrifice one of 2 things. You're going to sacrifice either your time or you're going to sacrifice money. Okay? If you don't have a lot of money, you're going to need to put in more time into your business. You're going to need to put that time in, okay? But you gotta be consistent. You gotta do what it takes in order to really make money, in order to really be able to take your business to another level. Because after your first deal, then you'll have the means to market your business for a couple of months. Okay, so you just got to get past that first deal. You understand? The money part. Some of you watching this are experienced real estate investors. Agreed? Some of you have done deals. Okay? What's the best thing to do with your money? The absolute best thing to do with your money is to reinvest a portion of your profits back into the business. Recently, I'm an audio type of learner. Recently, I was listening to a book. Some of you have probably heard it before. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. If you haven't read that book, you need to go pick it up. The concept behind The Richest Man in Babylon is basically take 10% of your earnings and put it aside for investment. So whether that be marketing, investing into your business, whatever the case may be, you're going to reinvest those earnings, 10% of your earnings. Okay, it may take you a year to save up that 10% that you need in order to really take your business to a whole nother level. But just keep that concept in mind. You take 20% and you pay off all your monthly bills. And then you take 70% and you live off of that. Okay? So that's basically the concept behind the richest man in Babylon's theory. So I'm here to tell you that you're either going to sacrifice time or you're going to sacrifice money. You can't escape one or the other if you're looking to grow this business. So if you have the means, you really need to consider sending out more mailers on a monthly basis. So let's talk about some of the things that you can do in order to make your mail more effective. What's some of the things that you can do in order to make your mail effective? Who has that? Who want to give me some feedback? What's some of the things that you can do in order to make your mailers effective? Because at the end of the day, you're spending money on these mailers. You want to maximize your benefit. You want to maximize your phone calls, your lead generation from these mailers. So what's some of the things that you can do? Does anybody know? Who wants to give me some feedback? I use stationery to try and stand out. Okay, so you use stationery. Okay. That's T-Fab. Who else wants to share? Use stationery to try and stand out. That's a good point. Okay. If you guys have a pen and a piece of paper, I want you to write these points down. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points that I want you guys to write down. I want you to understand the motivated seller's psychology. Okay. Let me just plug in this other phone because it's about to die. Building your brand. Okay, that's a good one, DeAndre. So let's talk about the psychology behind the motivated seller. Okay, obviously they're motivated for a reason. Okay, so what does the average motivated seller want to hear in order to sell you their property? What's the average? What is the average motivated seller looking to hear? So let's talk about this. Write these points down, okay? Because this is going to help you. 1, the average motivated seller, they want to sell quickly, okay? So in your marketing piece, you need to address that. You need to basically point out that, look, I can buy your house as soon as possible, right? So the average motivated seller, they want to sell quickly, and you need to address that. You want to overcome all of their objections that they have before they actually give you a call. You understand? You want to overcome their objections. Most investors won't do that. Okay, so you want to stand out. Okay, motivated sellers don't have the money to do repairs. So what I do is I address that in the letter. You don't have to make any repairs. I want to buy the house as is. Okay? Motivated sellers, they want top dollar for their properties, right? They want cash and they want top dollar. So I can pay cash and I'll pay you top dollar for your property. Okay, so you want to make sure that you address that in your marketing piece. Motivated sellers, they don't want to pay 6% for a realtor's commission. So guess what? I'm not a realtor. So no realtors are involved. You can save the 6%. Okay? Motivated sellers, they don't want to pay closing costs. They don't have the money. Okay? So no closing costs. They want what they want and they want to walk away from the table with that amount of money. So guess what? No closing costs. I'm going to address that in my marketing. How about quick closing? They are selling. They're motivated for a reason. They want to get out of this house as fast as possible. If you can close quickly, make sure you put that in your marketing pieces. So that's 6 points right there, guys. So you have, they want to sell quickly, no repairs. They want cash and top dollar, no realtor commissions, no closing costs, and quick closing. If you address these 6 points in your marketing pieces, your calls, your lead flow will drastically increase. I'm telling you because I know. I've done it.